So guys, there are two ways you can join this here. You can decide to do it without the band and just use bias to run the waistline, and that is it. Or you can also decide to add a band to it. Initially my plan was to just add it directly and no band, just use bias to run the waist also, but I don't know how it will look right now, and I didn't put into consideration the band. So now I'm going to try to add the band still, although I know adding this band, because my band is going to be 1 inch length, right? So I think it's going to make my dress like 45 instead of 44. It's going to add 1 inch to the length of my dress, but that's okay. If anything, I can always reduce the dress length. But how you're going to do it is that, you see this here, if you decided that you want to use bias for it, what you're going to do, guys, is that you're just going, this is the easiest one, and that's what I initially wanted to use, but I went back to the video and I saw that they used band for their own. So what you're going to do is, if you decided that you want to use bias, let me first tell you how you're going. Bias meaning this thing here that I used to run the waist. What you're going to do is to go ahead, measure the waist of your skirt, like from this side. Remember, there's a button that is going to be by the center here, and then there's also a button that is going to be by the center of the top, right? You see the two center parts are meeting each other right now. But what you're going to do is that you're going to go ahead and measure the waist here and make sure that is what your waist is. Like there's nothing added, there's nothing removed, that you're going to make sure that is actually your waist measurement. Because once you use the bias to run the waist now, you can't go back in, except you're just going to like give it a small dart inside if it's too loose on you. But you have to make sure that is exactly your waist measurement. So how you're going to do it now, once you've done that, you're going to, once you measure it and it's exactly your waist, what you're going to do is you're going to take this bit here, like from this point here to this point here, and join it to this side of the front. Like you're going to, you know, you can't join it straight like this, right? You're going to just turn your fabric over this way and then start from the center and just sew this part down like this. So guys, you see what I was saying? I went ahead to use pin to hold it down just so you guys would see what it looks like. So you see, I just used pin to hold it down, but imagine this pin to be your seam. This is the first method. Just use 1/2 inch and just sew it down like this. Do the same on the other side, like this. Just sew it down using 1/2 inch. Just this front part, it's not going to enter into the other side of the front that we curved in, right? So once you do it, you're going to see it will look something like this. It's joined to the center with just this piece here. And then what you're going to do now is the rest of the skirt, you're just going to take it starting from that point again. Let me open it. I just hope you guys can see everything I'm saying. So you're just going to take, once you've joined this to this end here, you're going to take your bias. And so guys, let's say you've used 1/2 inch to join the waist here now, right? Guys, you use 1/2 inch to join the waist here now, and you've sewn this down. You see, I'm using my pin to serve as the seam. All you have to do is now to take your bias again. Start from wherever you can go in 1 inch in there, so that you can it will look clean, right? So after you've made the stitch, put your bias again and then sew it all the way around until you get to the other side of this here. You see, just like that. And when you're done, you see that you've finished the ending, and then you can go ahead and add the band. This is the first method. Like you can go ahead and add the placket. We're still going to do the placket, but I'm just trying to explain to you guys two methods that we can use to join this skirt to this top, and it will look nice. You understand? So now the next thing we are going to do now is just to go ahead and I'm going to show you guys the second method. So guys, for the second method now, this is what we're going to do. You're going to go ahead and cut out band that is about 2 inches. So this is 2 inches, and I have 2 of them here. So I just cut out this here, and what I'm going to do, so you see there are 2 of them. Wait, let me show you. So you're going to, when you open it up, you see there are 2 of them here, and the length here is 2 inches. right? It's 2 inches and I have 2 of it here. So what I'm going to do is just like how you add band to the waist of something. So what I'm going to do here now is that this band is going to help me hold these 2 sides together. So first thing I'm going to do now is to take this band here, use half an inch of it to join it to the waist round and come back to the other side like this, right? And once it's done, I'm going to take the end of this part here and join it to the upper part of this skirt. You understand? So I'm going to join this at this front part here, and then this end of it is going to be joined to the skirt, and the same on the other side. So let me go ahead and do that now. So guys, you see what I was trying to explain? I took one of the band and then I ran it through the waist like this. You see, the other half of it, the other side of one side of it, like one end of it, the 2 inches is facing this side up, because I want the band to be 1 inch when I'm done. So half of it is going to join to the waist of the skirt, half of it is joining to the waist of the top, which the waist of the top doesn't have anything at the center. It just has something at the up, the two like almost 6 inches towards the end. That's where I have something. So now how I'm going to cover this band is I'm going to take the other piece of the cloth now to cover the band. And how I'm going to do it is just like that again. I'm going to go back to this upper part here and then join this band like this all the way until I get to the end. And then I'm going to use it like this to cover this band like this. You understand? And then turn it over like this and cover it. I don't know if you're understanding. See, you see the way it is now, eh? I've sewn this part to the skirt. This band, you remember we cut 2 of it, is 2 inches of width. One part of it is joined all the way to the skirt to the other end. One part of it has this part of the top attached at this point and then also attached at this point. The center part is free. What we're going to do is take the other second band now. If you want, you can join it again starting from the skirt part. If you want, you can start from the upper part. Anywhere you want, just start. Sew it from this part here like this. Finish it up all the way to the end, and then take this band again, turn it over now like this, you see, and then use it to cover up the waist of this band. That way you form the band all the way to the end. So guys, you see what it looks like. This is coming together nicely. So you see the way I covered it now. If you want, you can still top stitch it just to hold it down, but you see the band, my skirt now has a band, the upper part has this bias. So now you see one side already I've added my plackets, but I left one side just so I can show you guys what it looks like. So you see, once you finish adding your band, you see this is what it's going to look like. The upper body is the band, the skirt, you see my band here, this center part. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and measure out fabric that is about 3 inches of width of 3 inches like this, right? And what you're going to do is sew it, fold it into 2 like this, and then you're going to take it, tucking half an inch on this side. So this is the band here. You're going to take it like this. This is you see how long it is. Mine is very long, going all the way to the end. Folded into 2, 3 inches of width, folded into 2, tucking half an inch on this end here, tucking half an inch on this other end here, fold it into 2 like this. And then I'm going to go to the upper part like this, put this part here, at least half an inch of it inside of this band, and sew it all the way to the end. You understand? Just sew it all the way to the end. You see the one I've done here? You see? This extension here of this band here is what is going to form my button. Then if I do this one now, it's going to form my buttonhole. Then when I come back, we are going to go ahead and finish up the collar. Once you get to the end here, you see, so this went all the way down. You see the band here, it went all the way down to the end of the dress. So now what I have to do is just to go ahead and fold the edge of this cloth all the way to the other side. So guys, you see this is the pocket I'm going to be using. At the highest point is 11.5, at the lowest point is 8.5, and then the width is 8.5. because if you look at it, the pocket is not straight, but if you want, you can make yours straight. And then I just cut out the same thing, this thing that I used here for the placket. The remaining one, I just split it into 2, 1 for each side, you see. And then all I have to do is just to take the glue tape, the tape, that sticky thing that is white, right? I'm going to just put it in between here and iron it down. So the same thing is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to just sew this down like this, and then just fold it into 2 this way, and then put the white thing there and iron it down. If you want, you can just sew it down the way it is now. Just sew it down. So when I go to sew it, when I go to put it on my cloth, all I have to do is just to fold this side with half an inch like this, fold this bottom part with half an inch like this, fold this side with half an inch like this, and then sew it all the way these 4 corners. And where I'm going to place it on the, you see, You see, if you look at my dress, you see I've done the placket on this side, I've also done on this side. So where I'm going to place this pocket is, I'm going to measure from my shoulder to my hip line, right? And then maybe at 24 inches down here, I'm going to just take the pocket like this, come in here 3 inches away from the center, and then I'm going to put my pocket there. So it depends on you. You can do 3 to... So guys, when I went to put in the pocket, I forgot to tell you that the pointy part of the pocket was 2 inches above my hip line. So when I marked the hip line, I made sure that the pointy part is 2 inches above that line. So that way the pockets will not be too low. 4 inches, but you know this is circle. So you can't do, I don't know if you should do, maybe you're going to still place it. You see how my own is angled this way? This other side is going to be angled this way, so the pointy part is facing towards the center. So what I would do for mine is that towards this upper part here, I might do 3 inches, and then at the bottom part I can do 3.4, because remember this is circle, it's not straight. If you do it straight, I don't know, it might fall lower. So I'm just going to maybe do 3 inches here, 3.5 here, just so that it's still like it's not straight, you understand? So I'm going to go ahead now and do that. Use half an inch to sew the sides of the pocket, and then as you can see, I've also hemmed the end of my clothes. So all I have to do is just to come back and show you guys my collar. So guys, now you see I've done my pocket. Let me show you. So you see, this is what it looks like. So you see, this is what it looks like. So now, and I use the tape thing to iron it down, you see. So now the next thing I have to do is the collar. Guys, if you look at this now, you will see the line where my chalk is on that pocket. You see the pointy part of that pocket is above the line. Just look closely, you will see the chalk on it. So guys, for the collar, you already know my method for my collar. Just the easiest way is what I use. I don't like going through all that process. So all I have to do here is, you see this fabric is folded into two like this, yeah? And then I'm going to fold it into two. So when it's open, it's 7 inches. Like it's 7 inches like this. But so that means if I fold it into two, I'll have 3.5. And I want my collar to be 3 inches when I'm done. The 0.5 is what I'm going to tuck in. You see, I've already closed up this end, but I didn't close up this particular one. So all I'm going to do now is just tuck in half an inch on this end here, like this. Just tuck in half an inch like this on this point here, and then start from one side of this part of my collar here. Put this inside, in between like this, and top stitch it straight all the way to the end. You understand? So I'm going to just put it in here like how we made this band. Just put this in between like with half an inch and sew it all the way to the end. So guys, this is it here. You see what I was saying? When I finished, I tested mine and I noticed that the waist is a little big, so I just took it in a little, but I made it in form of a dart and blended it in. So I just took it in a little and then stopped here. You see, just here. So I just wanted to show you guys that mine was a little bit loose on the waist, so I just took it in a little from the band all the way and stopped here. The same on this side, because it's flare, you will not notice it that much. You see, there's no seam here, but you see it stops here like a dart going down. So that's basically what it looks like here. And then the top part here, there's a seam here, and then this is my button. You see my shirt, the neckline is worn just like the way I put it in here, but when you go to iron it, then you can fold it into two and it will form the collar. I've added my button hole, and then this is the pocket here, and that's basically it. Thank you guys so much for watching. And guys, I know you will see that other one that has a slit here. If you want to add slit here, you can add more slit to your own. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Guys, please subscribe, like, share, and bye.